considered the best in my game of marketing. And then I had 2 years off, and TikTok and social media came into the world, and all the people my generation ignored it, carried on doing billboards and print ads and direct mail, and they didn't get into social media. And I went on TikTok, and my peers were like, "What are you doing getting on TikTok? It's for kids." I was judged, they laughed at me. Now they all ring me for advice. You know, and I think that's another part of it as well. Is feeling embarrassed that you don't know something is part of the process to grow into something better. Yeah. And so I think that's also what we're talking about. I found that process of learning something, I'm now re-skilled. I think marketing heavily involves social media. But if I'd stayed 8 years ago a successful marketing person, I wouldn't know how it all works now.
Yeah, and that's admirable as well. I mean, it's a little bit like my career in terms of, not to the scale of still in the business, but I went into the media when I finished football, into working on as a pundit and on games, etc. But also started my own media company, which again was outside of linear TV. So I was doing linear TV on a Saturday and a Wednesday for Champions League and Premier League, and then creating stuff outside of 90 minutes and live games. And now, I do probably 5% of my time now is linear TV stuff, and the rest of it is the media company that I'm building. So
you can direct relationships with your audience. It's so exciting, right?
Yeah.
You control the messaging. Who here is a creator? I'd love to, just a show of hands. Okay. And who here makes money out of creators?
Good.
It's good to see. I think there's something really exciting happening, and I think it's that people moan about some things in the world, like, for example, how expensive it is to live and these things, but I think the great thing is now, young people in particular, have a chance to reach an audience direct. When I started a business at 15 years old, I had to knock on doors. I started a gardening company. I had to knock on doors, one at a time, in the freezing cold. And that has changed. You can make one video, put it up, and sell products on TikTok Shop, instantly, from your living room. So, I think, yes, thank you, TikTok. I feel like I don't work for TikTok, although I might as well do, but I really think it's exciting for anyone. You can start a business late, but the key, I think, is actually owning the media channels. That's what we're talking about backstage, isn't it? Yeah. I think, if you look at Facebook, it became a big business because it was $1 trillion business because it attracted attention. And then they laid apps on top, like Snapchat, that draw attention. Now, the big new thing, hiding in plain sight, is creators. Mr. Beast, who I'm doing a collaboration with yesterday, I think I saw it, but like, Mr. Beast, people want to see these content creators, and that equals attention, which means you can sell products. Now, I think, and this is something I'd love to hear your opinion on, the future that's going to be really exciting is that we build for-profit, for-good businesses. Corporations need to take a responsibility for helping society and help their customers. We talked a little bit behind the scenes about charities, and what's your take on this?
Yeah, I'm a huge believer. I've got my own foundation that's been going for over 10 years now, and we've had probably like 20,000 kids go through it and re-educating and then getting into workplace, etc. So I understand totally that, and I come across so many different charities that they say charity above the door. They're really just their employers and paying wages rather than making change for people a lot of the time. Yeah. But I think a lot of these brands have so much eyeballs, attention that we're talking about, that they can do so much more. Yes. And I think utilising creators that we see in the room now to really hit home and hit those messages to people that they want to get to, but also to really have an impact on them. I think really having an idea about, you can market stuff and you can kind of amplify your brand to people. Align that with impact as well. I think it's 100% I'm working on that and making the way forward. And I would like to companies to do that.
Yeah, exactly. That's the other thing. Consumers are also so much more aware.
Yeah.
I think people want to be part of the solution. We want to buy products and services that are giving back to the communities they serve. So I think creator-led businesses are just going to skyrocket in the next 10 years. And you parallel that with purpose-driven businesses that aren't just doing it to make money. Nothing wrong with making money. I think it's very useful to make money, but using that money to make a difference in the world. And we're going to launch a product around that. So I think it's...
What we were talking about earlier, about it's quite interesting marketing. Like, you see, obviously there's a lot of creators in the room. How many of you creators that when a brand comes to you, they tell you how to market?
Yeah. Hands up. Someone was saying put their hands up because they might get their contracts cancelled. But
you were talking about it. You get a brand comes to you and goes, "Oh, we want our brand, and we want you to promote it like this." And I'm going, "Well, Do you know my audience? Do you know how I'm meant? How do you know how I'm meant to talk to my audience?
Yeah.
And I think it's a great position to be in now, and I think that ecosystem's got to change to be more creator-led, where they're going to drive the marketing for a brand if they choose to do so.
A little plug. My book is the #1 book today in the UK, the most popular book in the UK. And I think the other thing as well is like connecting with the audiences in as deeper way as you can. I'm dyslexic. I cannot read, so I totally overlooked the power of a book. I didn't know it because it wasn't my format. But I really think everyone has a book in them. Start writing it today. Write 1 page a day. Just tell your story. You don't have to teach anything. Just share your story. You'll be shocked how many people will be inspired by it, even if you're not where you want to be. Because it's a struggle that's interesting. So, I've got a little surprise, not for you, right? Not for you, but for one of our dreamers, and you know what's coming.